welcome to today's chemistry session. Today we'll have the topic extraction of copper metal from copper pyrite ore. So this ore, copper pyrite, has the chemical formula CuFeS2, and this copper pyrite ore is also known as chalcopyrite. And as you know, when we collect this copper pyrite ore from the earth's crust, it will be associated with a large number of impurities. So we have to remove that impurities. So what we have to do is the powdered ore we have to subject for concentration. So since it is a sulfide ore, from the formula it is clear, it is a sulfide ore. Since it is a sulfide ore, we have to use the best option for the sulfide ores for the concentration process, that is froth flotation process. So we subject this powdered copper pyrite ore for froth flotation process and thus get this powdered ore concentrated. So that is the first step. We can explain the whole process of extraction of copper in 4 simple steps. In that, the first step is the concentration of ore by froth flotation process. So we have concentrated this copper pyrite ore, and this concentrated pyrite ore we will submit it for further proceedings for the metallurgical processes. So the second step in that is subject this concentrated copper pyrite ore for roasting. Roasting is heating the ore, heating the concentrated ore in excess amount of oxygen. So when we heat it in the presence of oxygen, this particular roasted ore will be, that means the metal ore will be converted into corresponding metal oxides. Okay, metal ore will be converted into corresponding metal oxides. So here in this process of roasting, we can have 2 different steps explained. Like in the first case, this copper pyrite, that is CuFeS2, conversion of CuFeS2 into a mixture of cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide. That means the copper pyrite ore will be getting dissociated or will be getting splitted into 2 different entities, that is cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide. So once it is formed, see, this is the reaction for that. CuFeS2 reacting, that is copper pyrite ore is reacting with oxygen to form cuprous sulfide Cu2S and ferrous sulfide Fes and sulfur dioxide gas as the side product. So this is the reaction in the first case. Now we have Cu2S and Fes. Now this ferrous sulfide will undergo a partial oxidation when reacting with oxygen. That means half of the amount of this ferrous sulfide that is formed will react with oxygen to form ferrous oxide, FeO, ferrous oxide, and sulfur dioxide gas is also formed as a side product. And then a little amount of cuprous sulfide, Cu2S, a little amount of cuprous sulfide also react with oxygen to form cuprous oxide, corresponding amount of cuprous oxide plus sulfur dioxide gas as the side product. Now we look these 2. Here in this mixture we have cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide. But ferrous sulfide will be preferentially undergone oxidation when comparing with cuprous sulfide. What may be the reason? When we look into the reactive series, ferrous sulfide, that is ferrous iron, is more reactive than copper. So ferrous sulfide will be preferentially undergoing oxidation in comparison with the cuprous sulfide in forming corresponding metal oxides. And here the cuprous oxide that is formed will react with the remaining portion of, half of the remaining portion of this ferrous sulfide is here. From that, a little amount of ferrous sulfide again react with the cuprous oxide to form cuprous sulfide and ferrous oxide. Now coming to the third step. Third step is heating of roasted ore in the presence of a flux. So we have already the roasted ore, and that roasted ore containing mainly 3 components. One is ferrous oxide and a little amount of ferrous sulfide and then cuprous sulfide. These are the entities that is containing in the roasted ore. That roasted ore we are heating in the presence of a flux. Then what is a flux? Flux is a cleansing agent which used to remove the unwanted impurities, which is known as gangue in the case of metallurgy. So that gangue will be removed with the help of this cleansing agent, which is a flux, to form slag. Slag is also an unwanted material which can be removed easily. Then what is the use of a flux? Certain impurities or certain gangue we cannot remove easily from the metal. So concentrated metal. So what we have to do? We have to add it with flux so that we will get slag, which is also an unwanted impurity, but it can be removed easily or comfortably. That is the use of flux. So what we have to remember when we choose a flux is, if we have the impurities which is acidic in nature, we have to select a flux which is basic in nature. Suppose we have an impurity which is acidic in nature, we have to select the flux which is basic in nature. Here in this case, we can see here in this case we have this ferrous oxide as gangue. Ferrous oxide is basic in nature. So we have selected silica as the flux. Silica is acidic in nature. So they will undergo an acid-base reaction to form the slag, that is ferrous silicate. Then what is the speciality of this ferrous silicate? This ferrous silicate is light in weight. So it will float over the other materials or the metal that is formed. So we can remove it easily because it will float over the surface. Now here in this case, iron oxide, that is from our concentrated ore, what we have, from this concentrated ore, iron oxide that is a gangue or the unwanted impurity that should be taken away. This will react with flux, that is silica or sand. It will react with the sand to form ferrous silicate, that is slag. So since it is light in weight, it can be removed, and what we have there remaining, that is a heavier thing, that is a molten mass of cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide, that is known as copper matte. This is very important in the point of view of exam. What is the component or what is known as copper matte? Copper matte is the molten mass that is containing cuprous sulfide and ferrous sulfide, that is known as copper matte. Then once we get copper matte, what is the next step? That is the fourth step, bessemerization. So we introduce this copper matte along with silica and hot blast air, that means hot air also passed to it, and it will be put into a Bessemer converter or silica lined converter. This Bessemer since the whole process is taking place in the Bessemer converter, we call this process as bessemerization. During bessemerization, we will add this copper matte that is containing ferrous sulfide and cuprous sulfide along with the silica sand and hot air. And hot air here is a large source of oxygen. So what we can expect? Oxidation will be expected. So what we will do? Once it is kept in the Bessemer converter, this iron sulfide or ferrous sulfide that is in the copper matte will react with oxygen to form ferrous oxide along with the side product as sulfur dioxide. And this formed ferrous oxide will be reacting with silica, which is a flux, to form ferrous silicate again. This ferrous silicate is light in weight and it will be floating over that particular metal that is formed, copper metal. So here, then meanwhile what happens? The cuprous sulfide, a little amount of cuprous sulfide will react with oxygen to form cuprous oxide along with sulfur dioxide as the side product, sulfur dioxide gas as the side product. This cuprous oxide that is formed there will react with the remaining cuprous sulfide in the copper matte to form copper metal and sulfur dioxide gas as the side product. This copper metal that is formed is known as blister copper. That is also very important. Why it is known as blister copper? Because Because of the presence of this sulfur dioxide gas, that is in this molten copper metal, when this copper metal solidifies, this sulfur dioxide gas escaped through this, trying to escape through this metal. So what happens? It makes some appearance like blisters on the surface of the copper metal. So because of that blistered appearance at the surface of this copper metal that is formed, that copper metal is known as blister copper. So it is that blisters are formed by the escape of sulfur dioxide gas from the metal, that is formed as a side product in the formation of copper. So this is all about extraction of copper from copper pyrite ore. So this is all about today's session. Thank you very much. See you again.